second module of week 15. In this module, the focus is on some of the very important acts like RBI Act, IPR Act in India as well as Anti-Money Laundering Act. Let us discuss one after the other. All of us know RBI stands for Reserve Bank of India. This was established in the year 1935 and after the enactment of Reserve Bank of India Act in the year 1934. Based on the need to control the banks across the country, Reserve Bank of India under RBI Act 1934. Reserve Bank of India is a corporate body with special powers and obligations for serving our nation. Of course, RBI Act 1934 deals with incorporation, capital management and business of banks, functions of central banking, financial supervision of banks and other financial institutions, managing of forex or reserves, controlling functions of the bank rate, accounts and audit, and finally the penalties for violation. If we look at the salient features of RBI Act 1934, they are regularizing the issues of banknotes, especially currency, ensuring the stability of monetary in the country. Of course, Reserve Bank is banker's bank. It's a banker to the government and it manages the public debts. It acts as an advisor to the government with regard to loans and other operations. In 1949, there are various other acts that govern the functions of RBI. Some of them are acts governing specific functions like Security Contract Regulations Act in the year 1956, FEMA Act in the year 1999, acts governing banking operations like Negotiable Instruments Acts in the year 1881, acts governing individual institutions like the State Bank of India Act 1954, Industrial Development Bank of India Act, National Housing Bank Act, etc. Reserve Bank of India, of course, has made certain amendments in its act ranging from 1940 to 2006. And RBI deals with so many frauds and crimes. RBI has introduced certain guidelines regarding detection of frauds or criminals. It also insists the guidelines among other banks to introduce necessary safety and preventive measures to prevent and minimize the frauds and financial losses to the banks as well as individuals by the cyber criminals especially. RBI has also enacted Fraud Prevention and Management function to investigate and to report fraud cases. It has also classified frauds and offences based on the provisions of IPC, such as the misappropriation and criminal breach of trust, fraudulent encashment through forged instruments, manipulation of books of accounts or through fictitious accounts and conversion of properties, unauthorized credit facilities extended for reward or for illegal gratification, negligence and cash shortages, cheating and forgery, irregularities in foreign exchange transactions. Intellectual property refers to the concept of new creations of human minds which are related to inventions, discoveries, literary works, artistic works, symbols, logos, names and designs used in commerce. Example of intellectual properties: the author's copyright on a book or an article, or a unique logo designed for a company, for a product, for a brand, etc. Unique creation of design elements, maybe for a website or a patent process. Intellectual property rights can be defined as the rights given to the people for their specific creations. In short, IPR generally gives the human creator an exclusive right for one's creation for a specific period of time. Of course, there are categories of intellectual property. That is, the industrial property and the copyright. Industrial property includes inventions, rather patents, trademarks, industrial designs used in commerce and geographic indications of source. Whereas copyright includes the literary works such as articles, books, novels, poems, plays, films, musical works, and artistic works such as drawing, painting, photographs, sculptures, and architectural designs. Copyright also includes performance by the artist or the producer in their recording and the broadcasters in radio and television programs. Apart from that, intellectual property includes certain rights related to various areas as well. Sometimes the scientific discoveries, inventions in all fields of human endeavor, the industrial designs, the service marks, trademarks, etc. There are certain rights protected under the intellectual property. They are the patents, the copyrights, the trademarks, the industrial designs, protection of integrated circuit layout design, geographical indications of goods, biological diversity, plant varieties and farmer rights, and undisclosed information. Once again, patent is a grant given by the government to the inventor for one's invention in exchange for full disclosure of the invention. It is an exclusive right granted by law to the applications to make use of their inventions and exploit them for a limited period of time. Again, the patent system in India is governed by the Patents Act. They are introduced in the year 1970, the Patents Rule in the year 2003, and the subsequent amendments on the Patents Acts as the Patents Amendment Act 2005 and Patents Amendment Rules 2006. According to Section 2(1)(j), invention is a new product or a process involving an inventive step applicable to the industries. According to Section 3 of the Patent Act 1970, an invention is said to be not an invention when the following conditions are met. For example, the frolicsome inventions, inventions contrary to well-established natural laws, the commercial exploitation or primary use of inventions, which is contrary to public order or morality, which causes serious prejudice to the health of human, animals, plant life, or other environment. According to Section 21 of the Atomic Energy Act 1962, inventions falling under this act cannot be patented. Compulsory license allows governments to license the third parties to produce and market a patented product without the agreement of patent owners. Sections 82 to 94 of the Patents Act 1970 deals with the working of patents, compulsory licenses and revocation. Rules 96 to 102 of Patent Rules 203 deals with compulsory license revocation of patent. Section 84 of Patents Act 1970 deals with compulsory license that are to be issued by the controller. Section 92 of Patents Act 1970 deals with special provisions for compulsory licenses on notifications issued by central government. Section 92A of Patents Act 1970 provides for compulsory licensing of patents related to the manufacture of pharmaceutical products for exports to other countries with public health problems.